Hello and welcome to Drawing with Mr. Wood. Today I'm going to show you how to draw using one-point perspective. Our learning intention is to learn the principles of one-point perspective drawing. So, one-point perspective is a drawing method that shows how things appear to get smaller as they get further away. The way I like to think about this is, if you were to look up in the sky at a plane, it'd look really small. But if you're standing in an airport looking at a plane, it would look really big. And we're going to try and show that in our drawings today. It's a way of drawing objects upon a flat piece of paper so that they look three-dimensional and realistic. That's important. We're trying to make really realistic pictures today. Okay, so all pictures have a horizon line. And this is a horizontal line that goes across the page. This picture also has a vanishing point. And all of our horizontal and vertical lines go back to that vanishing point, like the yellow lines that I've highlighted in the page here. Now, as said, you can create really realistic pictures. Here are two examples that I found online. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you how to draw some 3D shapes using one-point perspective. You will need a ruler, a pencil, a rubber, and maybe a pen as well if you want to go over your lines at the end. On this piece of paper, I have drawn some simple 2D shapes, so flat shapes. I'm going to try and make them look 3D using the one-point perspective technique. So to do that, I've drawn my horizon line and my vanishing point right in the middle. The vanishing point doesn't need to be in the middle, it could be at either side. Experiment with different effects, but to start with, I put it in the middle. So what I want to do is take my pencil and I want to connect the corners of these shapes to the vanishing point. So I've got my ruler and I take a straight line from the corner of the square back to the vanishing point. Do the same over here and the same up here. Okay. I don't need to do the top corner. There's not an uninterrupted route to the vanishing point there, so I just leave that one alone. The next step is to show how wide or how long this shape is. So I need to put the outer edges onto my drawing. I'm going to do that by taking a line, or drawing a line that is parallel to this edge here, further down this shape. So I take my ruler, I line it up with this edge, and I move it gradually, trying to keep it level until I've decided that's how wide I want my shape to be. And then I draw my line in between those two. Okay. So now I can see that this cuboid is this wide. Next up, we need to show the bottom edge. So I need a line that goes from this corner here across. And that line needs to, once again, be parallel with the bottom of this shape here. So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to try and move it down gradually, trying to keep it parallel with the line at the top there. And once I've hit that corner, I draw a line across, like so. Okay, now these are what we call guidelines. Eventually I'll rub these out and we'll just be left with this cuboid floating in the air. It works with lots of different shapes. I've got a few others to show you. The rectangle is very much like the square. You take your corners back to the vanishing point. Remember, these are just guidelines, so I wouldn't press too hard. You can eventually rub these out, like so. And then I choose how wide I want my rectangle to be, or cuboid to be. I'm going to go about there. So it's parallel with the bottom of the rectangle, and I'm going to draw a line across, like so. And then I want a line that's parallel to this one, so I move it down until I get to that corner, and I draw my line, like that. Okay. With the triangle, you don't have as many corners to match up. So this corner doesn't have an uninterrupted route back to the vanishing point, because it'd have to go through the triangle to get there. So all I need to line up are these 2 points here. There's one. And there's two. Now, to decide on the length or the width of this triangular prism, I need to take a parallel line from this one and do it further down the shape. A wee handy hint is to line up your ruler with one edge, and I know that this edge is going to be parallel with that because the width of the ruler is parallel, or the edges of the ruler are parallel as well. So I'm just going to take a line and draw it down the other side. So it's lined up with that side, I'm going to draw it down that side. And when I take it out, I've got a sort of triangle prism or a Toblerone. Lastly, the circle is a bit trickier because you don't have any corners. So what you need to do is take the outermost edge of that circle, or the outermost point. So I'm going to have my ruler lined up with the vanishing point, and if I did it there, it would be cutting across the circle. I need to keep moving it around until it's just touching the edge of the circle, like so. And then draw my line down. And it's the same at the top. So I'll line up with the vanishing point, and then just so it's touching the edge, okay. Now showing the back edge of a cylinder as well is quite tricky. You need to sort of mirror this curve up here. And it is very tricky. But all I'm trying to do is copy that sort of shape, and I'm trying to copy it over here. Like that. Okay, the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the lines I want to keep with my pen and rub out any lines that I don't want to keep. And there we have it, 4 3D shapes drawn using 1 point perspective. So, once you have experimented with drawing 3D shapes, you can start combining them together to make more recognizable objects. So, what I wanted to do here is have a wee go at drawing a street scene. I've combined a rectangle and a triangle to try and make a house. Okay, but first of all, I want to make the road. So I'm going to take 2 lines back from my vanishing point. To make the 2 edges of my road. Okay, so in this picture, we're imagining we're standing in the middle of the road, looking down towards the end of the street, and as it disappears into the distance, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So the houses will do the same. We can get a line from the corner to our vanishing point there, same here, and here. Okay. Now we need to decide how wide our house is going to be. So I'm going to say around about there. So I need a line that's parallel with the edge of the house here. And I'm going to do it there. Okay, and once again, a line that's parallel with the edge of the roof here needs to be here somewhere. So I'm going to take a ruler on the edge till I meet this corner, and I'm going to draw a line. Like so. Right, I'm just going to go over that with pen at the moment so you can see the house. Okay, so anything you draw on this side of the house, you can just draw normally. So I could draw some windows or some doors on here. And I don't need to worry about going back to the vanishing point for those things. But anything I draw on this side of the house or this side of the roof, I need to take back to the vanishing point. So I'll show you how to do that. If I draw the start of a door, so I'm going to draw the edge of the door, going up like that. I'm going to take the top of it back to the vanishing point. The bottom of it is already gone back to the vanishing point, if you remember that line that was there. And then I need to decide what thickness my door is going to be. So I don't want it too wide, maybe about there. Remember, this line's parallel with this one. There we go. Once again, I can rub out any of the guidelines I don't need anymore, and I've got my door there. Windows are the same. I take a line to show the edge of the window, and I take the top and the bottom of that back to the vanishing point. I can then decide how wide my windows are going to be, and I think I'll draw two up here. One there, and one there. Okay, I'll quickly go over them with the pen. And there you go. So there is a picture drawn in 1 point perspective, picture of a house. You could extend that a lot further. You could do houses on the other side. You could do things in the distance. You could do markings on the road. You could even experiment with cars or street lights or pavements. It's up to you.